everyone. Today I want to ask you something important. What are you doing with your 24 hours? Are you using them to learn, grow, and chase your dreams, or are you letting them slip away through distractions and excuses? If you don't know how to make the most of your day, we're going to talk about exactly that. My name is Muniba Mazari, and I am a motivational speaker. If you find this video helpful, you can show your appreciation by liking and subscribing, and together we can begin a new journey. Let's dive in. Time is the most precious thing we possess, yet so many people fail to recognize its true worth until it's far too late. Imagine waking up every morning to find a bank account loaded with 86,400 rupees. You can spend them however you choose, but by midnight, every unspent rupee vanishes. You cannot carry it forward, you cannot save it, it simply disappears. Now replace those rupees with seconds because that is precisely what time is. Each day, you are handed 86,400 rupees, and the choice of how to use them is entirely yours. Some people invest them wisely, building their future, bettering themselves, and making a meaningful difference. Others throw them away on pointless distractions and are left with nothing but regret. Consider the most successful people in the world. Do they have more hours in their day than you do? No. They have the exact same 24 hours. The difference lies entirely in how they use them. They don't complain about not having enough time. They make time for what genuinely matters. They don't let days drift past them. They take ownership of each one. They don't just live for the weekend. They make every single day count. Most people, however, don't operate that way. They burn hours scrolling through social media, binge watching shows, gossiping, or sleeping far more than necessary. Then they sit back and wonder why success feels so distant, why they feel stuck, why their dreams never seem to get any closer. The truth is, success has nothing to do with luck. It has everything to do with how you spend your time. If you don't respect time, time will not respect you. Have you ever heard someone say, I'll get to it later, or I just don't have the time? Those are nothing more than excuses. Everyone has time. The real question is how they choose to use it. If something truly matters to you, you will find the time. If it doesn't, you will find the excuses. The gap between people who achieve their goals and those who don't has nothing to do with intelligence or natural talent. It comes down to discipline. The discipline to wake up early, the discipline to stay focused, the discipline to keep pushing even when things get difficult. The average person wakes up, rushes off to work, comes home feeling drained, and then spends the rest of the evening doing nothing worthwhile. They feel entitled to rest simply because they put in a few hours at work. But look closely at the lives of truly successful people. They don't stop after their job is done. They use their spare time to develop new skills, pursue their passions, or build something that matters. They don't make excuses about being tired. They push through because they understand that every second has value. It's not about staying busy, it's about being productive. Some people keep themselves occupied all day long and accomplish absolutely nothing. Others spend a few hours in deep focus and get more done than most people manage in an entire week. The key lies in planning. If you don't take charge of your time, life will take charge of it for you. You'll end up spending hours on things that are completely irrelevant, while the truly important things go ignored. So ask yourself honestly, are you using your 24 hours wisely? Are you investing your time in your growth, your goals, and your well-being? Or are you letting it all slip away, only to look back with regret? You don't need to wait for a new year, a new month, or even a new week to make a change. You can begin right now, at this very moment. The clock is always ticking, and time waits for no one. Most people begin their mornings without a plan, without a purpose, and without any clear sense of what they want to accomplish. They let life happen to them rather than directing it themselves. Then, when the day ends, they're left wondering where all the hours went. They complain about not having enough time, but the problem was never the number of hours. It was how those hours were used. Picture two people waking up at the same time. One has a clear plan. He knows his priorities, he knows what needs to get done, and he knows how his time will be structured. The other has no plan, no direction, and simply drifts through the day as it unfolds. By the end of the day, who do you think will have achieved more? The answer is obvious. That is the power of intentional scheduling. Many people mistake being busy for being productive. A person can rush between tasks all day and still have nothing meaningful to show for it by nightfall. They feel worn out, yet their progress is zero. By contrast, someone who maps out their time properly can accomplish a great deal in just a few concentrated hours. The difference is simple. One person is reacting to life, while the other is steering it. Think carefully about how your day unfolds. How much of your time actually moves you toward your goals? How much of it is lost to things that don't matter? Many people spend hours on social media or in front of the television, telling themselves it's just a bit of relaxation. But in reality, those are distractions quietly robbing them of their most valuable resource. Instead of investing their energy in something meaningful, they spend it chasing temporary pleasures that contribute nothing to their future. Successful people approach time completely differently. They don't let their day fall apart. They divide it into structured blocks and give every task a designated place. When it's time to work, they work with full concentration. When it's time to exercise, they do it without compromise. When it's time for family, they're fully present. They are intentional with every hour because they know that time, once spent, can never be recovered. It's easy to say, I'll do it later. But later has a way of turning into days, then weeks, then months. And before long, the opportunity is gone forever. If something is truly important to you, schedule it. Write it down, commit time to it. Whether it's building toward your dream, improving your health, learning something new, or nurturing your relationships, don't leave it to chance. If you don't protect your time, someone else will consume it. Another trap many people fall into is multitasking. They believe handling several things at once will help them get ahead, but the reality is the opposite. Multitasking makes you slower and less effective. Instead of doing one thing with excellence, you end up doing many things poorly. Focus on one task at a time, give it everything you have, and then move forward. You don't need more hours. You simply need to use the ones you already have with greater purpose. Start each day with a clear plan. Prioritize what actually matters. Remove distractions. Focus on one thing at a time. Be deliberate about every minute. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who fall short is not how much time they had, it's how they chose to use it. And that choice belongs entirely to you. Many people move through life without ever recognizing how much time they quietly waste on things that contribute nothing to their future. They fall into the same routine day after day, wake up, go through the motions, go to bed, and feel no real sense of progress. Then they wonder why they aren't succeeding, why they feel stuck, why their dreams remain just out of reach. The truth is, success is not about luck, and it's not about waiting for the right moment to appear. It is entirely about what you do with your time every single day. And one of the most damaging mistakes people make is spending that time on things that simply don't matter. Ask yourself this: how many hours a week do you lose to endless scrolling, meaningless videos, or conversations that drain rather than inspire you? How often do you start something important only to get pulled away by a notification or a random interruption? These moments may feel small, but added together, they quietly consume hours you could have used to build something real. Time works a lot like money. If you don't pay attention to where it goes, you'll constantly feel like you're running short. Many people insist they don't have enough time, but what they really mean is they haven't learned to use it wisely. If you genuinely want to achieve something, you have to be willing to cut out the activities that eat away at your day without giving anything back. Start by identifying the habits and behaviors that are quietly stealing your time. Too much time on social media? Hours lost to television? Saying yes to things that have nothing to do with your goals. Once you can see those patterns clearly, you can begin to change them. One of the most common ways people lose time is by worrying about things beyond their control. They spend hours stuck in their own heads, overthinking, second guessing, fearing failure. But worry accomplishes nothing. It drains your energy and pulls your focus away from the things that could actually move your life forward. Instead of losing yourself in anxious thoughts, use that time to take action. If something is troubling you, look for a solution. If you're afraid of failing, start anyway. The more time you spend worrying, the less time you have to actually grow. Another quiet drain